Steve Jobs came up with the name, and I'm the sort of person who never asked where they came from. He worked in orchards in Oregon, and he had just flown back from Oregon. I always hoped there were apple trees in that orchard, and I never knew for sure. But I was on Dancing with the Stars, and during the finale night, a doctor who had worked on a hamstring pull I had, a really bad one, told me that his brother had worked with Steve Jobs on that farm, and his brother had given Steve Jobs the name. I got a great name for your company. But you know, in those days, you didn't have big money. There was no big money for an industry. There was no obvious idea that we were going to make big money. We didn't have officers in companies whose role it was to come up with a company name. So anything that sounded interesting was valid when you're very young and have nothing. When Steve Jobs said Apple Computer, the first thing I said was, what about Apple Records? And that one cost us quite a bit. We lost some major lawsuits, hundreds of millions of dollars, but I still think the outcomes of those lawsuits was wrong. We were not a musical device, and they said we were.